Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Flight 4873. In this channel I'll be sharing some of my flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, MSFS 2020. In this early morning we are flying from Delhi to Kathmandu, from the capital of India to the capital of Nepal. And I'm using this morning the Fenix A320, and our flight number is Aindia 4873. I'll be talking about this number later on during this flight. So now since we got the air bridge connected to our aircraft, and we are parking here and at stand Alpha 03 at Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. So let's jump into the cockpit and start preparing our aircraft for our lovely flight. Now we are in the cockpit here, so let's start with the batteries. So dark. Battery 1, battery 2, and I'll use the ground power since I got the GPU connected to my aircraft. That's great. We'll get some light. It's on the emergency lights. Okay, that's better. Let's put the no smoking sign to the on position, and we'll keep the seatbelt signs off, since during fueling of course we need to keep the signs of the seatbelts off. We don't need passengers to fasten their seatbelts during refueling. Okay, let's put these into the nav position. I'll switch on the nav lights. Yeah, that's great. Okay, now let's call the catering vehicles. Of course, as I said, I'm using GSX for ground services. Catering, I will go with GSX
catering
choice.
vehicles are on their way.
Yeah. Let's prepare our FMC. We'll use the MCDU, of course. Before going to the MCDU, let's go to our iPad over there. I use SimBrief to do my flight planning, to find my flight plans, and I'm flying online through the VATSIM network. But this very early morning it seems to be that I'm the only one flying from Delhi to Kathmandu, and there are no controllers at the moment at Delhi and Kathmandu, so we'll be using the Unicom frequency 122.8. I'll be just making broadcasts or announcements, if you like, to the traffic of these airports. Okay, let's have a look at our catering. Great, let's jump back into the cockpit. In the meantime, let's call the refueling tracks, so just expedite everything, request refueling, and now let's start preparing our systems. So I will go to init, and we are flying from Victor India Delta Papa to Victor November Kilo Tango. Yeah. Just let me go back to my flight plan. And our alternate airport is Victor Echo Golf Tango. Our flight number is Air India, which is Alpha India Charlie. The ICAO code for Air India 4873. Our cost index from our flight plan is 12, and according to our flight plan we'll be cruising at flight level 370. Our zero fuel weight should be 58.7 or 58 and 7,000
refueling truck
kilogram.
is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
On our fuel quantity 7,961 kilograms. I'll round it up just to 8,000. Okay, 8. Yeah. Before moving on with the flight plan, let's just check the fuel track if it arrived. Still not? Okay. We'll have to use the aircraft iPad if you like to load the aircraft.
Fuel truck is in position.
Fuel truck in position, let's have a look.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay. So now I'll just click load aircraft. And this to 8. Yeah. That's better. I always go for real time.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay, we can see here the fueling is started. And now we'll go back to our FMC, our flight plan. In the meantime, let's call our passengers. Let's start boarding.
Boarding requested.
Boarding, yeah. I'm using the Charts app, which comes with the Navigraph subscription. I have the app, of course, on my PC and on my iPad. So I'm using. So at the moment, I'm using the iPad version. And if we go to Delhi Airport. Let's look at the weather information at the meter. So it looks like the wind is light and variable.
Do you want to board crew?
I'll go to Flight Radar 24 application. Of course, you can go to any flight tracking app or website. You go to Delhi Airport, Indira Gandhi Airport, and I'll have a look. What aircraft are you using now for landing
Crew boarding starting.
and departure? I will use runway 10 for departure.
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding starting.
Passengers are boarding. You can have a look at our passengers. Welcome aboard. Or yeah, let's have a look at our charts. Our first waypoint, our flight plan is Ali. And since we are departing from runway 10, so yeah, we use the Ali 5 Eco departure, or SID. Okay, let's put this into the FMC. Departure runway 10, Ali 5 Echo. Just come on. No trans, so I will just insert this directly into our flight plan. I'll cross check the waypoints with the chart. At altitude 1280 feet or above, then we'll go proceed directly to Obdag, and at Obdag we should be at or above 3,600 feet. Yeah, that's correct. And then we should be going to Matex. Yeah. And at Matex we should be at or below flight level 100. That's correct. Our last waypoint in our SID is Ali. There is no restriction on Ali waypoint. So that's great. Now let's go back to our flight plan and we'll head to waypoint Ali. We will go directly to Lima Kilo November. Put this as our next waypoint.
Thank you.
After Lima Kilo November, we'll use airways. Our airway is Golf 5908. That's Golf 5908. All the way to waypoint Sierra Mike Romeo. Insert this and we'll go just to waypoint Sierra Mike Romeo. And the next waypoint is Simra Sierra India Mike Romeo Alpha.
Thank you.
And from there we should start our arrival to Kathmandu. I'll put down some links for you. For the flight plans I use the website ADGLA. Okay, where you can find a database of real-world flight plans if you want realistic routes. Or of course you can use the any flight tracking app or website. I'm using FlightRadar24, and by looking at the route or the path and using another site like SkyVictor, you can figure out which waypoints or which airway they were using, comparing the path to FlightRadar24. And for the sceneries for both Delhi and Kathmandu, I'm using freeware this morning. Let's find any payware for these both cities, for both airports. I will put down the links for you to download those, if you like to download those both airports from flightsim.to. Okay, boarding completed. Our aircraft is fully loaded. So let's start preparing the star for Kathmandu. our arrival to Kathmandu. Of course, we can prepare this during our flight. I need to calculate our takeoff speeds, or our V speeds. Sorry, this is the takeoff, yeah. Okay, VIDP, we're using runway 10. The runway is dry according, or I'll assume it is dry according to our meter. Have no rain. Let's sync our load sheet. Packs, I will leave these set on. We don't need any ice. And let's sync our meter or weather. And calculate. Okay, so our V1, VR, V2 are the same speed. That's interesting. One five two and 152. Okay, our flaps, we'll set our flap to 2 and our THS down 0.3 and flex takeoff temperature 5.7. So flaps 2 down 0.3, flex temperature 57 degrees. Okay, we got that set. Check our mass and balance. Program, our optimum flight level is 350. Our maximum we can go is 373. I will go with the optimum, so I will change my cruising level to flight level 350. Go back over here, flight level 350, yeah. So our flight should be around 1 hour 13 minutes, be slightly more after we put in our arrival details. Okay, let's tune into the Unicom frequency 122.8. And if we have a look at the VAT Scope app, this is our flight at Delhi. We are the only flight leaving Delhi this morning on the VATSIM network. So I guess we are ready to prepare for our pushback and startup. Okay, I forgot to do something. Let's set our QNH. Our QNH now is 1002. And let's get back to our chart and find out our transition altitude is 4,000 feet. Let's check this is correct on our FMC. 4,000, yes. Okay, so that's great. Now we are ready for our start and pushback. Look at our route over there. Yes. Let's set our since we do not have ATC, live ATC this morning, I will just set this directly to my cruising level. Initially I will set my runway heading, which is 104. Yeah. Now, before commencing our pushback, we'll need to start the APU. So we'll check the... We'll test our fire detectors, the APU. And now we'll push the master switch. We got the flap open, the APU door open, and start. Okay, yeah. Let's go out and check our APU sounds. It's getting brighter now. Getting close to sunrise. Okay, APU is available now. We'll push our APU bleed. And I will disconnect my external power. Let's set on our parking brake. Yes. Of course, this morning I'm not using a checklist, a proper checklist, but on other flights we'll be using them. Now, since the parking brake is set, let's remove our chocks and cones. Move the GPU. Let's close our L1 door. And once we prepare for our pushback, actually, even if I left the door, the doors will be automatically closed, and the air bridge will be automatically removed when you request the pushback and startup. So we are ready now. What I have there. Masika standby. It's on standby now. Should set. Yeah. Oh. So we're using the default Squawk 2000 or 2000. Alright, let's now prepare for pushback and startup.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, here's our technicians approaching the aircraft.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, I'll use the quick edit pushback.
Exiting from editing mode. Please
Release
wait.
parking brakes.
We'll release our parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
Let's put
Start at
our-
will.
Yeah, let's not forget to make our announcement. Delhi traffic, Air India 4873 start and pushback, facing north from stand Alpha 03. Okay, let's switch on our fuel pumps. Let's just have a quick look from outside. Yeah, our beacon light is on, our nav lights are on, even our logo light is on. Let's go back to the cockpit. We can start our engines. We can start our engines now. So, let's go ahead and let's go. The engine has spooling. Great. I'll prepare the camera for engine number 1 as it starts.
Set parking brakes.
Okay, we'll set our parking brakes.
Waiting for confirmation for good engine start.
We can start our engine number 1 now. Okay. We have N2. N1. Fuel flow. Okay. Let me now disconnect the APU bleed. And let's check our aircraft systems. They are dependent on the engine sources. Electrical, yeah, it's supplied by generator 1 and 2 from engines, not from the APU. Bleed air is from the engines 1 and 2, not from the APU. That's good. Okay, so let's tell our GSX technician that we have good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay, I'll put this back to normal.
Road track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
And we'll just have a look at the chart, and again, since I don't have any air traffic controllers, let us choose our taxi path. We'll go through link 1, then is this Alpha, November 7. Yeah, we'll take this path all the way to runway 10. Okay, let's check our flight control. Elevators, great. Up and down. Ailerons, right and left. Rudder, right, left. That's great. And let's set our THS down 0.3 as required. And we'll set our flaps to 2. Yep. You can see the flaps are moving here. Now we'll need to put our auto brake onto max. Our seatbelt signs, we forgot to put them on after finishing refueling. Alright, and we'll arm our spoilers. We are armed now. Takeoff configuration test. Yeah, we are good to go. What's this? Okay, let's switch on our taxi lights. I'll make another announcement. Delhi traffic, Air India 4873 type Airbus 320 taxiing holding point runway 10 from stand Alpha 03. Let's commence our taxi. These parking brakes. Add some power. Let's go. I'll turn right over here. I'll hold short of the runway, just will hold behind the stop bar. Yeah, we're approaching the stop bar. Put my parking brakes to on. Now again I'll make the announcement on the Unicom, frequency 122.8. 10 nautical miles, okay, that's good. I'll get some more range to have a look at. And I'll put turn on my TCAS, my transponder. Auto. I'll switch on my strobe lights and I'll make my announcement. Delhi traffic, Air India 4873 will enter runway 10 and take off. Announcements made. No response. Runway clear. As we can see, so let's enter the runway and take off. I'll switch on my landing lights. Okay, I will not stop on the runway. Guess I'll just start rolling. use the pedal now to stay at the center line. So let's go. Let's go to the flex power. Rotate. It was very smooth. Positive rate. Gears up. Autopilot's on. Okay, now we want to gain some speed. I'll get the lever back to climb D10, and we'll have to raise our flaps to retract our flaps. Position 1. Flaps. Okay, you can fly clean now. Okay, one thing I forgot to do before takeoff is to switch off the APU. Yeah, that's what happens when we do not use checklists. Okay, so we're in the air. Let's have a look outside. Okay, so here we are continuing our climb to our cruising level. We're passing now flight level 286. I said something earlier about my flight number 4873. It's nothing, just I used to use this flight number on all of my flights on VATSIM when I'm flying online. No matter which airline I'm flying on the simulator, I just use this number. So for today I'm flying the Air India. I'm using Air India 4873. That's why I decided to name my channel 4873, Flight 4873. And after reaching our cruising level, we'll have a look at Kathmandu's charts to select our arrival. Let's just have a look around. Let's go outside since it's a simulator. It's safe for us here to go outside. Alright, so for now we can enjoy a cup of coffee or perhaps a snack, and we'll get back to you after reaching our cruising level. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we have reached our cruising level, flight level 350, and if we go to the map, we are exactly now exactly there. Okay, so let's have a look at the weather in Kathmandu. Now the wind is 060 at 3 knots. Okay, so definitely we are using the runway 02, which is the easier one, which has almost a straight-in approach. And we use the RNP approach for the runway, which takes us in between the mountains, which is more interesting. In the future, I'll try other approaches for runway 20, which is very challenging, I guess. Very interesting. And again, we're in simulator. It's good to try things, and it's nice to try things here in the simulator, not in the real world. Okay. So I will be using the Simra departure, Simra arrival, and the RNP Zulu runway 02. Okay, let's put these into our MCDU, and then we'll cross-check them with our charts. So have a discontinuity over there. I will choose my destination, and we said we are going to use runway 02 RNP or RNAV. Was it Zulu? Yes, RNAV Zulu 02. Okay, and we choose our star. We said we are going to use Simba. So let's look for Simba. This one. Let's try this. Just have a look at the temporary plan. Okay, so after SMR we'll be going directly to Raytown and Goras. Kilo Tango 532. Should be going to Kilo Tango 532, so let's just put this manually. Kilo Tango 532 to the next waypoint. Yeah, this is the one. Let's cross-check any altitude and speed restrictions. So at SMR we should be exactly at flight level 150. Okay, it's good. Next restriction at Goras. We should be exactly at 1,500 feet. That's it over there. After Goras we have Kilo Tango 532 with maximum speed of 200 knots. I'll put this. Okay, I will remove this discontinuity here. So from Kilo Tango 532 we go to Kilo Tango 530, where the speed restriction should be 170. That's correct. This set over there. Yeah, we should be at altitude 8,700. We should be at altitude 8,700 at Kilo Tango 532 and 530. Yes. Descent. Yeah. And now let's continue our cross check. After Kilo Tango 530, we'll go to Kilo Tango 528. seem to be no restrictions over there. From Kilo Tango 528 to waypoint Dovam. At Dovam, we haven't got any restriction. From Dovam we'll go to Kilo Tango 524. Yeah, and Kilo Tango 522, no restrictions. Then Kilo Tango 520 and finally we will land. Okay, so let me know. After this we have our this approach procedure, this approach waypoints. Okay, so I'll just insert that flight plan. Just have a quick look. We will check again our chart here at Triton. Our maximum speed should be 250. Set this to 509, 10,500 or above. So 10,000 plus. 10,500. Yeah. Kuras at 8,700. I'll change this here according to this flight plan. Let's see now. Yeah, that's better now. That's great. So let's enjoy the rest of our flight. And what time is it here now? It is 0056 UTC, of course. We should be reaching our top descent at 0114 with about nearly 20 minutes. Here's our top of descent. So we'll get back to you at the top of descent. So, as we are approaching our top of descent, let me, or should soon prepare, change our altitude to 8,700 feet initially, and later on we'll reduce this further to commence our RNP approach. And now if we have a look at the MCDU, it says we need to enter our destination data. So let's go to the meter of Kathmandu. This is our current meter. So the wind is 050 at 4 knots. I'll just prepare the altitude first, as we are approaching our top of descent. Okay, that's ready now. So wind. Let's go to the next page, or the next phase. Descent. Yeah, over there. Okay, start with the QNH. QNH is 1013. Temperature is 23 at Kathmandu. Wind 050 at 4 knots. Transition level. What's our transition level? Let's have a look at the charts. Flight level 150. What do we need else? We'll be using full flaps for landing. And now we are very close. Less than 5 nautical miles to the top of descent, and I'll switch on our seatbelt sign. And I'll just commence our descent. Yeah. And we are descending now. In the meantime, let's calculate our landing speeds. According to the meter, we have rain, so I would say put to medium condition of the runway. Or just to be more careful, shall we go with 3? Medium? Let's say good to medium. Refresh meter. Just apply the meter. What's our landing weight? So I would say our landing weight would be 5.9er. What's our flight plan? Okay, I will say 63. Runway 2. I will go for low. Yeah, looks like we'll use almost the full runway. Let's have a look at the airport charts again. At Kathmandu airport chart. So I guess we'll be vacating via taxiway Alpha. If not, then we'll have to go all the way to the end of the runway and make a 180, backtrack the runway, and then vacate at Alpha, I guess. And then let's choose our parking stand. I'd say if we park at 5 or 4 in front of the international terminal, let's say stand number 5. So I'll start increasing these. We are a bit above our profile. We need some drag, obviously. Yeah. I'll just put on some spoilers. Let's have a look at the spoilers outside. The spoilers are extended. Okay, we're back on our profile, so I can retract my spoilers now. I'll just choose the low brakes from now. As we are passing altitude 10,000, then I will switch on my landing lights. Right, now I will prepare the altitude for the RNP approach. We need something lower than 8,700. And if I go to the chart at waypoint Kilo Tango 520, I can see that the altitude should be 5,280. I'll just set it to 5,200 over here. Okay, it's 5,200. and we pass our transition level, so I'll get back to QNH 1013, which is exactly the same as the standard, but I had to put that to set it manually at 1013. So now we are passing altitude 13,000. Yeah, we are inbound to waypoint 310. So our next restriction here is 8,700 feet. We're approaching 10,000 feet. As we said, I'll need to switch on my landing lights. I'll just go ahead and switch on my landing lights now. So, passing waypoint Guras, I will activate my approach phase over here. Put in some more drag. I guess we have to start to extend flaps. We need some drag, some more spoilers. Wow, get some good view of the mountains over there. Okay, I will just activate now the approach phase. Start extending my flaps. Now approaching Kilo Tango 530, will commence our descent final in between these mountains all the way to the city of Kathmandu. I'll extend more flap. Retract our speed brakes. My landing gears down. Let me arm my spoilers now. Now we're going all the way between these mountains. So nice. We are exactly following the profile, which is very good. Actually, I have to set my miss approach altitude now, which is 10,500 feet. Good to land now. So we'll be slightly turning to the right, then make a very slight left turn, and we should see the runway. How close to the mountains we are. We'll we should be flying over the city now shortly. Full flaps. Still, I cannot see the runway. As soon as I see the runway, I can disengage my autopilot and continue visual. We are over the city of Kathmandu indeed. Now I can see the approach lights. Yep. Can hear the, I guess the rain. Is it raining now? Kathmandu traffic, Aindia 4873, final runway 02. Landing. That was very late. I'll disengage the autopilot.
$500.
On the profile, whereas my happy is showing 4 reds. Which taxi are we getting off? Bravo. Taxiway Bravo. Okay, let's turn left here to taxiway Bravo. According to my scenery. Make a left turn here again. And I'll just hold my position after making the left turn, because I haven't got a co-pilot here, so I'll have to do the whole work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the city of Kathmandu. Welcome to Nepal. Alright, so I'll just hold my position over there. Set the parking brakes on. I'll clean up my aircraft. Flaps up. Spoilers. Switch off the landing lights. Oops, I need the taxi lights. Strobes off. APU on. Let me switch on the APU. And I will tell my GSX. Oh, what's going on there? Tell my GSX to prepare stand number 5 for me. It's weird, it says jetways. I don't know jetways in Kathmandu, I guess. I've never been to Kathmandu. Hopefully one day I'll visit Kathmandu, I'll visit Nepal. It's a beautiful country. I do not need follow me, so I'm ready to go now. Okay, let's release my parking brakes and continue taxiing. Do not need high speed. Just a few knots over there. I should have a marshaller to guide me into my stand. That's our terminal. Did I miss my stand? This is 4. I missed stand number 5. Okay, so how about going to stand number 3 instead? Adjust up my position. My bad. I'll change my parking facility. Change facility parking 5. Let's take 3. Yeah, now we've got everything on stand number 3. Let's continue to stand number 3. Stand number 4. This number 3. Now I will switch off my taxi lights. Oops, where is the marshaller? Wow, why is the marshaller up there? I'll turn onto my stand. Zoom to see my marshaller. Just shut down the engines now. Switch off the beacon lights and let's start deboarding. First I'll operate stairs. Okay, so I've selected deboarding now. So just operate the stairs and then we will start deboarding. the GPU. Fuel need on. Now we'll request the boarding.
The boarding
Passengers
requested.
bus is coming.
Switch off the seatbelt sign. And let me just switch off the APU since we are using the ground power unit.
Passengers, the boarding started.
Let's have a look at the baggage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching my first video on my channel Flight 4873. Please do write me any comments, any suggestions you have, any things you think I shouldn't have done in this video, and hopefully we'll do better videos in the upcoming days. Thanks again and see you.